Okay, so you will need a screwdriver. Just like this, a regular Phillips head screwdriver. And what we need to do is we just need to take the outer case off. It's easy enough to do. Okay, so I've taken all the screws out now. There are a total of 6 you can take out in total. Fairly easy to do, they're quite deep down, so you might think you still need unscrewing, but chances are you've probably loosened them enough just to lift them out with a magnetic screwdriver. And so there you go, that's the lid off, and that is what you'll see. Time for the next step. Yep. The next thing you need to do is take off this cover here called the RF shield. Now this is held in by 9 screws, so more unscrewing to do. Wish me luck. So that actually for this what would you call it? I'd refer to the RF shield, which I assume this is what this is. There's actually 7 screws there to enable you to take this off. So that comes off now. Pop that over there for now. And then this is the original loading tray, as you can see. It's a bit dusty here. I guess it's probably a good idea when you get the opportunity to get a bit of the dust off. But the next thing you need to do is this needs to come out. And it seems to be, to me, 4, 5, 6 screws. So we're going to take those out next. This is the loading tray coming out now. Once I've got this final screw out. Okay. This is a little bit, you have to just kind of pull that forward a little bit as you take it out. You can't just pull it up, put it forward and out. So that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. 4 like this, small ones, and then a couple of big ones at the back. Okay, so that's out. And now we just have to get rid of this original 72 pin connector. This 72 pin connector at the back made a little bit of a rookie error here. This needs to be just pulled off the back like that. How it's connected to the circuit board. So this is the original 72 pin connector. You can buy replacement versions of these. The blinking light win is a little bit different. This we will not need ever again. So this has seen its last of its days. So then what you need to do is you need to plug in the blinking light win. So this one will plug in here. Okay? Now that is tight. Okay? That is tight, just so you know. That's that one in. Now once you've got that in there, we'll make sure it's right connected there, it's right in. What you need to do is you take the new cover here, because this one is no longer needed with its springy thing. I'll pop that over there with the other original 72 pin connector. What you need to do now is just fasten this one down with its original screw. So as you can see here, you can see where it attaches comfortably onto the back of that. and if you press that down, it should be really easy enough for you to be able to screw on this. When you do this at home, if you've got one of these, I suggest paying attention to where you got the screws from. You got them out of originally. I'm using my best guesswork now. So here it is, working. Actually, funny thing is, the first time I tried it, it did blink, and the Ghostbusters didn't play straight away. Since then though, no blinking whatsoever. So I'm fairly certain this is fixed. Maybe just a few teething problems when I first put it in. But before I put all the screws back in for the RF plate and cover and the circuit board and everything, I wanted to make sure it actually worked. And here I am playing Ghostbusters on the NES, a game I just couldn't play from the last NES games I bought, and I couldn't play it because of the problem with the NES, the blinking light. Now it works perfectly, so I'm actually really chuffed. Let's put the rest of this back on, shall we? So now let's just put on the rest of the casing, starting with the RF shield right here. I've been informed by instructions you should have 2 screws left by the end of this. I'd say this was pretty foolproof, as I've managed to do it with, you know, exactly as the instructions say, 2 screws left. I'm just finishing attaching on the RF shield right here, which is fairly easy to do, hassle-free. That's the last screw, and then all that's left to do is we'll put the top of the console back on. We will end as we begun, so putting the top of the console back on. Technically that's what we're doing, we're attaching the top to the bottom again, and then we'll show you how this modded NES with the blinking light win differs from the original NES you may have, because now you don't have to press down the cartridge to start it. You'll see what I mean in a moment. So there we are. Here is my NES now with the blinking light win installed. I have these left over and 2 screws, of course, the original 72-pin connector. Bye bye. And the funky, crazy disc loading tray. So I'll no longer need these, but I will surely keep them as a memento. A simple case of taking your cartridge, pushing it in like that. No need to press it anymore. Close that down, hopefully, turn it on, and it magically works. Beautiful. I'm still amazed by this. It was very affordable, I think, for what it is. The blinking light win helps you pick up the right controller. Really just fantastic. I'm just going to have such a great time with this now. So yeah, I don't think there's anything more left to say on this one. It's really easy to install, it's great value for money. It fixes the problem with NES's being able to play games. It's perfect. So big thank you to Arcadeworks for creating this amazing piece of technology for the NES that has breathed new life into for me at least, a dead console. So yeah, I hope that's maybe answered some questions you've had about installing it. I've tried to cover things which maybe more general instruction videos haven't maybe covered, little problems that I had, for example. But an idiot can do this, you know, and I'm proof of that. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to enjoy some Ghostbusters now. Game on. So one thing I've just found after turning the console off is I'm finding it rather difficult to get the cartridge out. I'm not sure if I've done something wrong along the way. I've followed all the steps, so it's very difficult now to actually get a grip on the cartridge to get it out. And perhaps over time the connection becomes looser the more you use it. But now my copy of Ghostbusters seems to be stuck inside the NES. Oh, I got it out. So there's one, negative, I suppose. But I'm hoping with time it will become a bit of a looser connection, and I think that goes without saying. But yeah, just so you know, that's a little bit tricky to get them back out again.